Being a teen is already a social minefield, but according to experts, a thing called Facebook depression is making things even worse.
Like pretty much everyone except me, teenagers are mad for social media. But for a worrying number of them, it's doing more harm than good. Over half of Aussie teens are heavy social media users, logging into platforms like Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat more than 5 times a day. Scarily, the same proportion of Aussie teens also report negative psychological effects.
Those kids who have some measure of lower self-esteem or showing some depressive symptoms, when they get on Facebook, it actually makes them feel worse.
It's called Facebook depression, and for Xavier Eels, it was all too real.
Facebook definitely exacerbated my depression. Things like popularity or how cool you were. You're able to put a number on that.
I think young people misinterpret what that term actually means. Those really aren't friends on Facebook. They're more like followers or acquaintances in most contexts.
Constantly checking up on Facebook really does reduce you to just being a 2D profile, a wall of information.
It all comes down to a thing called social comparison. Basically, our beautiful friends make us feel ugly, our smart friends make us feel dumb, and my brother, who's a doctor, makes me feel like I'm not one.
I do feel sorry for Lee. It must be tough living in my shadow. I've always been the better brother, really, let's face it.
Thanks, buddy. We do this every day, all the time, but with Facebook, we have hard stats to measure our shortcomings. For example, Pete sees Freddie looking super fly in real life. Pete says to himself, "Wow, what a cool guy. I wish I could pull that off." But when Pete logs on and sees that Freddie's photo has 1,384 likes, compared to 46 for his own photo, Pete can calculate exactly how much less cool than Freddie he really is.
Well, at least I'm not the family Dudwar lead. No, the webcam was on.
Well, Lucy Thomas does some great work with teens and young adults and she joins us now. Lucy, the stats are pretty grim. Is social media just a flat-out bad thing for teenagers and for all of us?
No, that's a flat-out no. Social media is an instrument, and I think it's an instrument that can be used for positive or for negative. And we are seeing these stats that, you know, there's a link between people who are experiencing lots of symptoms of depression and spending lots of time online, but that doesn't prove that being online causes depression. In fact, I would wonder if perhaps people who are having a hard time offline, they're lonely or isolated or feeling really rough, are actually going online more so that they can connect and find a better community.
Why is it then that teens are particularly vulnerable to Facebook depression, Lucy?
Well, I think teens are particularly vulnerable, full stop. I remember my time as an adolescent, I was really concerned about my peers' judgment and affirmation and fitting in and popularity. I was also pretty, if I can admit it, pretty wrapped up in the way I looked. And yeah, the social world online also has those things going on.
So, Lucy, if you could meet your 13-year-old self, what social media advice would you give yourself?
Oh, I thought you were going to say what advice, and I was like, lose that mullet haircut that I had going on. It was atrocious. My advice would be to keep an awareness that what we're seeing online is a highlight reel, and what we bring to that highlight reel is an awareness of ourselves. So if I'm in a good place and I'm balanced and secure, and my best friend Beyonce posts a flawless photo, I'm going to feel good about that. I'm going to probably write a comment back like, yes, queen, you look awesome. But if I'm feeling insecure, if I'm already wired with a circuitry of self-doubt and, you know, nastiness, then it is going to trigger some pretty unhealthy comparisons.
So, Lucy, would I be doing my friends a favour by posting an ugly selfie?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what Snapchat's for?
Actually, how many Facebook friends do you have?
I have no idea. I'm more of an Instagram girl myself.
Okay, how many Instagram followers?
Enough.
Good answer, Lucy. Good answer.
How many likes on your last post?
I have no idea. But I have this habit, a passion for photoshopping my head onto Professor Snape's body, and I've got to admit that doesn't get a lot of likes, but it makes me happy, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Well, nowadays it's a tribute, right? So.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, Lucy, a lot of parents will be watching a little bit worried about this. What advice have you got for them?
My first piece of advice is to be aware that these are social issues playing out in a technological space. I think grown-ups can freak out because the technology is new and it's evolving, but the issues are timeless. Those are the issues that parents can continue talking to their kids about, and that young people do need help to navigate. The other piece of advice I think is really helpful is, to counterbalance all of the narcissism that we see online with some really positive messaging. So you get a regular injection of, positivity in your day, as well as the stream of selfies and sunsets and food porn as well.
Great advice. Thanks so much, Lucy.
Thanks.